Yer. What's goody?
Yo, what is up? Welcome back.
To the Denounced Podcast.
Yes, welcome to the Denounced Podcast, where we are the most denounced. Today we're gonna be get into a very touchy subject, a squishy subject, if you may.
Squishy, very fluffy subject.
Ain't nothing wrong with being fluffy, but we're gonna talk about the prevalence and the perpetuation of some absurd nonsense going on through social media. I see a lot of YouTube videos, Instagram videos, and a lot of TikTok compilations about this subject we're covering today. We're talking about the fat positivity movement. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Pretty new phenomenon, I guess, so why thank you. Yes, that's why we were not live yesterday. We didn't do the podcast because I was performing at a performance. New venue, well, not a new venue, but a venue that my friend hosts events at. He'll host an open mic every month, and they're just starting to open back up these events because the pandemic was hard on everybody, but people are starting to come back out. People are vaccinated, so we're trying to get those live events started up again. But we are the most denounced. We're going to be, the fat positivity movement going to denounce the fuck out of us after this one.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Oh, we're sorry.
Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about this because KRYSTLE and I have kind of been on a health kick. I've been kind of on my exercise health kick for the last couple years. Ever since my dad died of renal cancer, which was, excuse me, sorry, just cleared my throat. Ever since he had he died of renal cancer, and that stemmed from his diabetes. And one of the things that my dad did not do was take care of himself. Yeah, he was a strong dude. He worked in construction, but other than that, he didn't work out. He didn't eat healthy foods. Yeah, he ate a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of tortillas, a lot of frijoles. That type of food ain't good for you. And a lot of saturated fats. He didn't eat a lot of processed foods, but he didn't eat a lot of healthy greens. I don't think I ever really saw my dad eat a salad, just a salad by itself. It was always a side salad,
Mm-hmm.
But ever since seeing him waste away, you know what I'm saying, he told me yo, take care of yourself, because I didn't take care of myself. So that led me to just be healthier, drink more water, eat more greens, incorporate different styles of food, so we're not bored of eating chicken and broccoli all the time.
Yeah, I've been cooking halal type food recently, and that shit's been banging. Actually, Scuttlebot, I'm gonna send you the gyro that I made the other day. I'm gonna send you a picture of that because that shit hit.
I'm gonna be right back. I
gotta clear your throat. Yeah, so I just sent you the picture of the gyro I made the other day. I even made the white sauce that they be doing, that they be putting on top of the fucking food. That shit, that shit was so goddamn good. But yeah, we've been trying not to take in so much sweets and sugar, because ZALES and I have a notorious ass sweet tooth.
Notorious.
It's fucking ridiculous, our sweet tooth.
Yes, our sweet yeah, our sweet tooth. We are bad. We are bad. We love sweets.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that pic I sent now, I made that gyro.
Yeah, she didn't make the pita bread, but that's alright.
Yeah.
You don't got one of those tandoori's, where we make pitas on. That gyro was bussing. But yeah, so
yeah, that shit. I don't know how you pronounce that shit.
It's Ziki.
Yeah, that shit.
That shit, yeah. She does it. She likes to modify the recipe because it calls for Greek yogurt, but she likes it without it. But so Crystal and I are not the smallest of people. We are both overweight.
Mm-hmm.
By BMI standards, we're technically obese.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things is that we're kind of small compared to like other people, which is insane to us because we feel like we are way too heavy.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, okay, nah, this I don't like the weight I'm at. I got to do something about it. This is not healthy. But then we compare ourselves to other people, you know, in the same weight range, or and they look completely different. That's genetics and stuff like that. Like, thankfully, you know, we don't got a ton of visceral fat around our waist and stuff like that. But I see people like, you know, who are just like, they're huge. You know what I'm saying? I have family who were small pretty much the entire time, you know, we was growing up. In adulthood, they ballooned. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And it has to do a lot with like people living sedentary lifestyles. People don't really like work out unless you're like a fucking fitness freak, and that in itself, like, I can understand why people don't join that, because like these exercise fitness motherfuckers, they be cult like sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, but so is kind of like the fat positivity community too.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much very cult like too. Like,
yeah, but one of the things that like I feel like Americans are getting ridiculously fat now.
Yeah.
So the obesity rate in this country is 42%. 42% of Americans are obese. We have a growing number of children, you know, childhood obesity in this country. We have a growing number of people getting to like Tammy Slayton size, 600 pounds and higher. Mm-hmm. We have shows dedicated to people being, you know, over 600 pounds. There's a show on TV called My 600 Pound Life. Some of those people who have been on that show have died because of complications due to their obesity. So we're normalizing these people getting super huge. And we're going to get into like the different categories that these people fall into, because the fat positivity movement has this entire thing where, you know, like I'm not going to say that I disagree completely 100% with the body positivity movement, because that's where it stems from. Body positivity was just people having compassion for however they were, you know, their body, and loving themselves, no matter how they look. And I think that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with loving yourself, because everybody needs to practice self-love. But I think it's getting to the delusional shit where we're not even thinking about like people with disabilities or people with disfigurements or stuff like that. We're talking about people who choose to not exercise and eat bad food and get to the point where they balloon to be two of me. I am a big motherfucker. There's no way anybody who's shorter than me, right?
My height
should be weighing twice as me. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to say? My wife 2 times me. It's better in Italian, because it's like my wife is 2 times me. Yeah, that fucking 1,000-pound sisters and all this shit.
And they were actually on YouTube first, and they got discovered and ended up getting their own TV show.
Discovered like what, like a landmass?
Whatever.
Nah, but there's like these crazy ass like fucking like the heart attack grill that if you like over a certain weight they give you free food. Like, come on, bro. They don't need no fucking food, bro. They don't need no food. I don't think she can walk now.
Yeah,
I think she's like she can't walk. I think she's completely immobile from how big she is.
Yeah. what you call it, that fucking clip that we seen, that edited one of her brother Chris pushing her up the ramp.
Oh
No,
yeah!
he's
Oh
standing
my
at his
lord,
dad.
yo! Yeah. So there's from what like it was from an episode where her brother was pushing her up a ramp and he like slipped out of his shoes, and somebody put audio over it to make it seem like he was cursing her out, like mad at her, like, oh, I'm pushing a goddamn 4150 up that.
God damn it.
Yeah, god damn it. And then also like the prevalence of the mukbang channels, like we have a YouTuber who literally, who's fucking Nick Cotto Avocado. Started off as a skinny little vegan guy, and now he's so fat and grew so fat so quickly he broke his own fucking ribs. That's ridiculous. I was telling my friend about this shit. He's like, nah, that's OD.
He's like, wait, what you mean? Like, what did he do to break them?
He's
like he was just there.
He's like, he just grew so big so quickly that he broke his ribs. He's like, oh nah, that's OD.
He was like, so this nigga was just breathing one day and then heard a crack? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think they said that she got 5 months.
Yeah, they say like 6 months or so, or a year or some shit like that.
Like that's like a fucking cancer prognosis. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way your fatness.
No, I think they said 5 years. 5 years.
Oh, 5 years. Okay,
like
I'm about to say 5 months, but even then, that's still like a bad prognosis. Like there's no way your fat should become a terminal illness.
Exactly.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Especially since she's like around our age.
I think she's like 2 years older than me.
That's ridiculous.
Like she's 2 years older than me. She huffs and puffs like walking like to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna act like I'm the most motherfucking motivated person. Like I don't get lazy. You know what I'm saying? But like, bro, that shit is sad. That shit is sad.
Mm-hmm.
There was one person from My 600 Pound Life that we watched. She had a very like tragic story. She was assaulted, as a child by one of the adults in her household. And she started to eat so she could become bigger, so she could defend herself, which that shit, like, that was heartbreaking to hear. And when you hear stories like that, like, it makes a little bit more sense. You could sympathize with those people and be like, she got bigger because she needed to protect herself. And then that just became a habit, and it's hard to like break away from those habits. Those habits are that you build bad habits from early on, and you don't unlearn them, and then you continue doing, partaking in those bad habits. That's why, like, I don't care if I sound fat phobic, but I love exercising. I love skateboarding. Skateboarding is one of those things that like enriches my life, because, just like the bad habits, when you have bad habits in skateboarding, they fuck up your skateboarding. So you have to force yourself to unlearn bad habits to progress. Mm-hmm. And then when you actually turn those, when you convert those bad habits into good habits, your progression is almost exponential. So like these people, they start to, you do small things. Tammy Slayton and her sister, they don't drink water. They drink fucking Diet Coke all day. They drink Diet Coke all day. So they drink a whole 12 pack a day. Between two people, that's 24. I don't even know what, quantities they sell canned soda in besides a 6-pack and 12-pack. I ain't never bought more than 12 cans of fucking soda at a time. That's ridiculous. They down that shit in a day. And aspartame and shit leads to insulin resistance and leads you to not feeling hungry because of whatever. So y'all just keep eating. And if they were to drink only 6 cans of soda and replace those other 6 cans with water, they could be doing themselves a great service. But since they are so solidified in their bad habits, they're not even going to try to make that small change.
Yeah.
Which would lead, people stop drinking soda, it's like the weight comes off of them. It peels. How many empty calories do we drink? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like once you cut out all like the extra sugar, like the juices and the sodas and the candies and the fucking all like that unnecessary shit. Like the weight just comes off. It starts to come off right along with you, changing like your eating habits and actually moving around and stuff like that. Like it helps. Like I was bigger before I had fucked my fucking ankle up. And then I had gained 15 pounds because I was basically bedridden. So me and Zales went on this diet and I actually lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, so we did a I forgot the name of the goddamn diet.
Oh, the keto.
There you go, keto. We did keto diet. We did a keto diet.
And intermittent fasting.
Yeah, so we did intermittent fasting, keto diets. What we did was when we were really like into the diet, because it's hard to like continue up a diet that you're not used to, but it has gotten easier as time goes on. We eat a lot more vegetables. We used to do things like drink green smoothies so we could like curb our hunger until we can eat at 12, stop eating at like 8, and now like we're not drinking like the smoothies and stuff like that like crazy. Like we're just now used to like not eating until not midnight, until noon.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking tea, like warm liquids, you know what I'm saying, like drinking tea when unsweetened. So if you find yourself a tea that you could drink unsweetened, you know you're that's gonna be great for you. You can get a little bit of caffeine. You know, tea is a diuretic. It'll lead you to pee. And so you'll have less fluid in your body, because that's another thing people always talk about. Oh, it's water weight. It's like there's no way you have 40 pounds of fucking water weight.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a couple pounds of water weight though, if you're constantly bloated and shit like that. But people be cutting off, like, yo, you just cut your calorie intake and think about the stuff that you're putting in your body. I understand food and shit is enjoyable. It's pleasurable. We get it. I'm black and Latino. We grow up around food. Food is a comfort. But we need to understand that we don't live to eat. We eat to live. So I'm not saying don't enjoy your food. I'm not saying that you gotta have boiled chicken with no seasoning, and raw broccoli.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, think about the food that you're gonna put in your body. Make sure that it's good for you, that it enriches you, and from there, like, make little small changes and watch things go crazy. Preparing your own food too is a big thing. I see a lot of these people who are extremely obese. They don't prepare a fucking thing. They're just eating boxed processed foods. It's like if you wait in 2 hours to eat dinner, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna eat that dinner. It's gonna be bussin'. But you're only gonna, after 2 hours of waiting, you're not gonna be starving. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna eat all the food. You're just gonna eat as much as you need. You can put stuff away. There's a lot of simple things, but all this stuff is considered fatphobic by the fat positivity movement. I wouldn't even call it the body positivity movement.
Because it's not body positive.
Yeah, if you're thin, fuck you. If you're a man, fuck you. Alright? It's only for fat women and fat gay men.
Even if you're fat but on the smaller side,
they're
fuck you.
Yeah.
And shit is like, what?
And then you have these fucking TikTokers. Why you today is a fat bitch who's controversially don't give a fuck because she's fat. Like, that shit is crazy. I don't know if you guys seen that shit. There's a thing on TikTok where people record like what they eat in a day. And it started off as like a fitness thing, like, oh, this is what I eat in a day to stay fit. But then fat people co-opted it and are just like, oh, look, watch me and all day. There's clips of girls fucking eating 3 meals before fucking noon. Like, Jesus Christ, lady.
Right. Like, we drink tea and like water
until noon.
Before
Don't smoke
noon,
a cigarette and whatever.
Right.
That's not good either. But shit, I'd rather smoke a cigarette than drink a whole fucking venti Starbucks fucking drink. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
Speaking of Starbucks.
Let's
get some Starbucks.
We're not drinking a whole venti though. We're drinking the bottled mocha fraps. KRYSTLE likes those.
I fucking love the mochas.
Like, but these people do not be cooking. These people do not be cooking their own food. They just go through drive-throughs. They just Uber Eat stuff. Like, I know people who aren't even big who don't go outside to grab food anymore. Like, I'm gonna take a walk to go grab some food. It's gotta be it's gotta be a deep for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna order it. But like, the pizza shop is up the block. If I want pizza, I'm gonna go walk and get it. And very seldomly do we order out.
Yeah.
So
it's like we have to have like a craving for like a really bad craving that we've been craving for it, for like a week or some shit. Like,
yep. And it's so crazy because they try to use race as like one of their arguments, and it's just like, man, the fact in itself that you are just trying to equate blackness with fatness is in itself racist as shit. Like, do you not see all the athletes? They're mostly black. Now, the NFL got some obese motherfucking athletes, but that's the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
But they're in the NFL. They're moving. Like, they're running. They're fucking, they doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're always exercising, essentially, because
doing
they're
2 a days and shit.
Yeah, like practicing and all this shit. Like,
that's when it's okay for you to eat 4,000 calories.
Exactly, because
not on TikTok.
Exactly, you gotta be like a bodybuilder or some shit.
These girls be eating 4,000 calories, eating no fruits and vegetables. I think there was only one girl eating fruits and vegetables, and she was a vegan, so she had to eat fruits and vegetables.
Stop heterophobia.
That's
true though. And back to the boiled chicken. I just gotta add something there. When I do shredded chicken, I boil it, but it's actually seasoned. Like, the water I boil it in, it's seasoned water, and then once I shred it up and throw it in a pan, I add a little bit more seasoning just to get the seasonings back in there. And that shit comes out so good. Scuttle, you should try it. Make yourself like a chicken quesadilla with some shredded chicken or some shit. I don't know.
That should be busted.
That should be mad good. I'm gonna actually do that shit tomorrow. I'm gonna make a crunch wrap.
Crunch wrap supreme. A lot of the things when we crave it, we just make it.
Yeah. And it comes out better than, the fast food shit.
And then, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't help in the kitchen, like, all the time, because I'll be busy working. But when I do help in the kitchen, we're enjoying each other's quality time. And I think, like, we understand food does bring people together. You eat around the table, y'all share food, y'all break bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all well and good. Like, we love that. Our communities are built on food. You go to Hispanics and black, events. We got food. And like, you go to the barbecue, they're going to make sure that you taken care of.
A whole chicken? Nah, that shit needs to be in the oven. That shit needs to get put in the oven.
Talk about ovens and shit. I love roast chicken. Roast chicken.
Oh, when I be doing mine?
God, I think I like roast chicken better than any chicken.
Yeah.
Roast chicken,
that should be busted.
What? Nothing like that.
That's off that skin all mushy.
This shit, yeah. I can't believe this dude got so fast he broke his fucking ribs.
That's crazy.
He's like, oh yeah, take the broken part out. I'm gonna cook it.
We fucking eats his own fucking self.
Now there is a thing that like there is some truth to like what the fat positivity movement talks about in terms of like minorities in this country. Minorities and people of color in this country, they usually, except for Asians, I'm talking about primarily blacks and Latinos, especially Afro Latinos. We grow up in the sense of eating like a lot of like fatty foods. You know what I'm saying? Fried chicken, rice and beans every day, no salad, not just fried chicken, like like southern fried breaded chicken. I'm talking about chicharrón de pollo.
Yeah.
That's fried because chicharrón is fried. So when you make chicharrón de pollo, you taking, chicken pieces and frying them. Chinese food. We love that motherfucking General Tso's, that sesame chicken. That sauce is ridiculously like sugary, and then you eating that with rice, with pork fried rice, and all that stuff. Like yo, like you wildin'. Like there's times I go get beef and broccoli, no rice. You know what I'm saying? Small beef and broccoli. Like that's it. I want the Chinese food, but I don't need all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and we also live in food deserts. There's places like in Brownsville was like it dealt with this a lot, where there was nowhere to get like fresh fruit, and then the places you can get food, they didn't sell fruits and vegetables, like they have only a couple stores would have like pieces of fruit at the counter, but everywhere else it was just like little gas station type food, honey buns and shit like that.
I love me some motherfucking collard greens.
Oh my lord, I
love collard greens. Oh my god.
I had a coworker. Yo, she was like like auntie type. You know what I'm saying? Sweet lady. Yo, there was one day because because it was me and Ian were like the two like brothers. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're both Hispanic, but both Afro Latinos. So when she found out that we like soul food, she came through with a big ass pot of collards and mustard greens, and and she was like, yo, served us up, and we're like, well, there you go, baby. We're like, yo, we went back to her like, yo, them collards was fire, and then I'm like, yo, and she had like the mustard greens with the collards. And it just, it tasted amazing. And then she's like, we came there like, yo, she's like, you like the greens? Like, we love them greens. And she's like, she's like, yep, them, they is black.
They is black.
Like,
Yeah, Asian food is good. I fucking love fucking
Yeah, I love Asian food.
Sushi, fucking all different types of fucking noodles and all that shit. I fucking love it. Like I'm a
Pad
fucking
Thai.
pasta. Yeah, I'm like a pasta person. So.
That's another thing, pasta.
That shit is very fattening.
Not only that, but like the way us Americans eat that shit, we just eat that shit covered in sauce and mad cheese.
That's my problem when I make fucking the Alfredo. Like, I fucking drown that shit in the fucking sauce.
Oh, have a pesto
and
every once in a
cheese.
while. Have a pesto. Nice little pesto, some olive oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, I don't see a lot of people eat, like, fish with their pasta.
I want to look up a pesto sauce recipe for pasta. I definitely want to do that.
Make a very simple pesto in our food processor or a blender. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a reason why we fat. You know what I'm saying? Like we eat a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't find good food. It's crazy that like well-off people are even fat because there's just the convenience of not, But then look at the people who got money, like the ultra rich, like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg. They're thin guys. You know why? Because they're able to eat good food. They can go to a place to get quinoa.
They can have a chef in their house that cooks them up. Their fucking meals and shit healthily and shit like that.
It is a privilege to eat healthily. You know what I'm saying? Like have that access to those nutrient dense foods and an abundance of it. And another thing too, like people, food insecurity leads people to overeating. So they don't know when they're gonna get food, but then they get used to overeating, and that just becomes a habit. And then when they're no longer in that thing where they got food insecurity, they still eat like they're never gonna eat, and then they gain mad weight.
Yeah.
So like culturally we have that problem, but the fat positivity movement makes it seem like fatness is just inherent in our blackness, and I don't like that shit.
Yeah, that's like the shit that Michelle McDaniel would speak about with her family.
Yeah. So there's a YouTuber we watch. Her name is Michelle McDaniel. She has a channel called My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. She does a lot of discussion of the fat positivity movement because her whole channel centers around like weight loss and diet and
being healthy and you know.
Yeah, like her background is she was a former obese person, and she got into fitness, and she's actually like a weightlifter. So she's a, I wouldn't say she's like a fitness model, but she's like a fitness influencer.
Yeah.
But her whole thing is that she does like cosplay and talks like about the stuff that she cares about on her channel. And even though she's not like one of our favorite YouTubers, we do like respect her a lot, and she has really inspired us, on our fitness, our weight loss journey, because like there is a disparity, there is a disconnect between people who are fit and people who are not, and them coming to a common ground, like I think really helps. I don't like how the fat positivity tries to put everything on any, like, it's crazy when somebody's like a girl's 400 pounds, white, don't got no black friends, and say, oh, you don't like my body, you're fat phobic and you're racist. Like, how am I racist? How the fuck does fatness equate to blackness? You're not black, right? Even then, if you were black, your body composition wouldn't look like that. You know what I'm saying? You would have butt and hips, which I don't. You just got gut.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna talk, oh, you're racist, and it's like, what are you talking about? Or they say stuff like, oh, you're queer phobic because whatever, gay people, or there's mad fat gay people, and I'm like, but in the 80s, all the gay guys went to the gym. What the fuck are you talking about? Hey.
Hey, that was a robot. I kicked that motherfucker out. I kicked that motherfucker out. Hey.
Kick that motherfucker out.
Hey.
Let's see here.
But yeah, you basically said what I was gonna say. About Michelle McDaniel, like, yeah, like that. She's not like a fitness model, but she is an influencer because. She's an influencer, but she's definitely not a model because her Instagram does not revolve around
her taking pictures all the time.
Oh yeah, not taking pictures all the time, but like flexing, like her body and shit like that.
Yeah.
Most of her Instagram is basically like her cosplay.
Oh, okay.
Like her dressing up and all that, or like she'll like promote like the new video, like she'll put the thumbnail of the video up, or shit like that. That's what her Instagram is. Okay.
So it's alright.
That's why I'd be like, oh, there's a new My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. She put the fucking thing up, like, let's go.
There's also another creator that we've been watching a lot that talks about the body positivity movement and how absurd it is. Her name is Starsan. She's a big girl, and she's not afraid or shy to talk about it.
Yeah.
She's originally an illustrator. She's an artist. She draws, but I guess because of her weight and stuff, it's like she feels like it's something that she can talk about because a lot of these fat positivity people like to speak for every big person, every overweight person.
Yeah.
And like if you want to do something because you have personal beliefs, go ahead, but don't try to have everyone, subscribe to your fucking ideology just because you think that's what's right. Like she's one of those people, she takes full accountability for her weight. She says, I overeat, I do this, I'm the reason I'm this way, I don't exercise, da-da-da-da. She just dropped a video talking about,
her
like
trip or something.
Yeah, she traveled, and a lot of fat positivity. They call themselves fat activist or whatever. I don't know. You can't. How you gonna be fat and an activist? That you can't be fat and active. That makes no sense. That's a contradiction. Activist. That means you act. Act. You gotta get up.
You gotta get up. You gotta move.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So it makes no sense anyway. So a lot of fat activists like to, you know, talk and make a point that it's that fat people are oppressed. You know, like the only thing oppressed is your knees. You know, you're putting a lot of pressure on them. You know, and your ankles or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
okay, cool. It's gonna butt.
And the other thing that's pressed is your fucking blood pressure.
Yeah.
Right? But you being oppressed as a person because of your own decisions is like, it's ridiculous. It's like you weren't born fat.
Yeah.
Like I was born black.
Yeah.
Or a male or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like people, I'm one of those people. I think people are born gay. You know.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I think you may not even know what you're into at first, because of course you're a child. You know, you have that innocence. You want to play with Legos. You don't give a fuck. You know. Yeah. But eventually you would be like, oh, when it comes to that point, when it finally dawns on you, oh shit, you know. But like you're not born fat.
What you call it, and then you show signs of, you know, not being hetero when you're young.
Yeah. Like
you do, you know, like. That's why I think like people are born gay. Like there was this study that it was between twins, two males. They're twins or whatever. One was gay and one was not. And it's like, and they were identical too. So it's like, if they're identical twins, and one is gay and one is not, then there has to be some type of imbalance in the brain that happened in utero.
I wouldn't say it's an imbalance. I just think
some type of something in the brain. Like
something. There's some type of different development that caused one to be gay and one to,
right.
You know. But then people are like, oh, you know, we need to yes, we need to have diverse bodies. You know what I'm saying? And I do get thin is not necessarily everybody's standard of beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people who like thicker people. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, but at the same time, to act like people who are heavier weight are not, you know, they're the ones suffering from diabetes, joint pain because they're heavy, sleep apnea, you know, stuff like that. Like that shit is crazy. Like people who aren't even that overweight, because there's a fat spectrum. The fat positivity have categorized different body sizes into spectrums. So you have people who are
like me.
Yeah.
Which I am on the more smaller side of the fat spectrum. Like I am the first category.
Yeah, they call them mid-size.
Mid-size or skinny fat or whatever. Some shit like that.
Which is crazy because, you know,
there's nothing on me that's skinny. I can tell you that much.
KRYSTLE and I have discussed a lot about, you know, us losing weight because, you know, since we look at pictures of when we were younger, you know,
and where we had lost all that weight.
Yeah.
We were bigger, and we lost mad weight. I think I lost 20, 30 pounds or something like that.
I lost 60.
You had lost 60?
I lost 60 from skating. Because that's all I was doing.
Yeah. That year we was outside all the time. All day, every day, skating, walking. We was everywhere.
We was eating once a day.
Yeah, type shit. And it wouldn't be healthy food, but, you know, we were burning that shit off.
When you running around,
you're burning that shit off.
When you're skating the Brooklyn banks at 3 a.m. in the
yeah.
Whatever.
Fucking traveling to Brooklyn, going and fucking go get there at 9 at night, 10 at night, stay there till 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and then come back. We were
catch a couple Z's, wake up at 9, and do it all over again.
Yeah, we were all over the fucking place, so we had almost mad weight.
People started to call me Slim back then.
Yeah.
I was like, that was weird. Hey, what up, Slim? Like Slim.
Slim. Like what?
What the fuck? I ain't never been slim.
Yeah, and then I got pregnant with our eldest, and then we gained the weight back.
Yep.
Me being pregnant and eating and shit, and then Zales with the sympathy cravings and shit like that.
Yep.
Like,
I definitely was eating Reese's cups right along with her.
and fucking Oreos with peanut butter on top and with milk, a large ass. Like, we were wilding.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You form bad habits. You know, like when you're sedentary. There's people who eat because they're bored. There's people who eat because it's like an emotional thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, I'm anxious, so I gotta eat. You know, and it's just like, yo, relax, like take it easy, like, you know.
That was my problem as a kid. That was my problem as a kid. Like I was like an emotional eater, and that's why I got so big.
I mean, but that's also because your household was mad stressful.
Oh, you want some?
I had some, but I'll take some more. The fat positivity people came here. I don't like these fucking skinny fucks. But even though we're not skinny,
we're not skinny.
I'm damn near 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not a small guy. Also, fucking out to the people out there, like, yo, if you out there and you on a weight loss journey and you know the pounds ain't coming off, you might even be gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? Because you're exercising. You're using muscles you haven't used. They're now starting to develop. You're developing muscle. So if you weigh yourself and you may look great, you may look 5 pounds smaller, when you get on the scale and you're 7 pounds bigger, just notice that, listen, your bloating went down, you're not retaining as much fluid in your body.
And you're gaining mass.
And you're gaining muscle mass. So don't be discouraged. Once you start to solidify those practices, the weight will come off. You just gotta stay with it. And you gotta stay committed. And you gotta stay motivated. You know, it's hard. I know it's hard. Like, I haven't been working out pretty much for like 7 months. Like, I've been
consistently.
Yeah, I've been working out, but it's been wishy-washy.
Yeah.
And then in November, I got hurt. I hurt my knee, skateboarding. Yeah. And that
just threw him off.
That threw me off like crazy. But as I was sedentary and not really moving, I started to, you know, like get really depressed. And one of the things that, you know, even though I started working out for physical health reasons, I started to see how it improved my mental health. You know, like throughout life we deal with stresses, and those stresses, they ignite fight or flight responses in you because you're biologically tuned to want to fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You know, you have those responses due to external stresses. It's like when you're stressed at work, it's like your body is like, oh, I'm starving, I'm sick, or something's wrong. And so your body will release cortisol, and cortisol will actually lead you to carry more fat. And when you exercise, you actually engage that flight or fight response in order to like release that tension from your body. So like, let's say you're angry, you throw some weights around. After you throw your weights around, you're gonna be too tired to be angry, and you're not even gonna be angry anymore, you know, because your body has literally engaged that flight or fight response and said, you know what, I'm gonna meet it with physical activity. You know, like back in the day, you were scared because an animal was gonna fucking eat you, so you ran. And you ran 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 until you know you were safe from that animal. And once you did all that, you're like, you know, your body would regulate itself because your adrenaline and everything will cut off because it's like, I don't need it no more. But now think about it, your fight or flight response is triggered, and now you do nothing about it. You just sit around, you watch YouTube videos, and you eat shitty food. And so, like, yeah, you might you might have an abundant lifestyle where you're able to eat and all that shit, but the tension in your body still lives there. And so over time, it just compounds and compounds, and you stress eat and you do all this other shit, and then, within a year, like, let's say something happens to you traumatic and whatever, and you just start to emotionally eat. And if you pack a pound every day, by the end of the year, or if you pack like a pound, if you're packing pound like 1 to 5 pounds every week, you know what I'm saying? There's 52 weeks. You're gonna be fucking. You could gain 200 pounds in a year if you're not fucking careful.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested. Scuttlebutt. I keep calling her Scuttlebutt even though it's not even up there no more. It's just like I just like saying Scuttlebutt. Anyway, Scuttlebutt. What kind of exercises do you do? Like, what type of workouts do you do? Like, cause I do cardio and stuff, but I basically do Zumba for that. Like, I'm always dancing to like something, watching some shit and fucking dancing along with them or whatever. And then after that, that's when I do my weightlifting and all that. Like, fucking kickbacks and side kicks and fucking curls and all that good stuff.
And it's so crazy how so many like women are so averse to like weightlifting because they think they're gonna got like manly, and it's like, yo, do y'all see female like weight trainers or weightlifters? Not the ones that are like bodybuilders, but girls who just incorporate weightlifting into their regimen. Like they have more aesthetic bodies than because they have muscle. So like instead of their glutes just being fat, it's muscle with a layer of fat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To make them look shapely. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I do a lot of weight training.
Mm-hmm.
I just be in my cage. I be trying to just get like those compound movements, and try to lift heavy. I don't do as much cardio as I used to. I need to incorporate more, but that's because my fucking knee injury and my cardio came from very knee intensive work. A lot of running, jumping rope, skateboarding. That shit can do some damage to your knees. And now that my knee is pretty fucked up, like I can barely even do lunges. Those hurt. But I'm healing, so as I start to feel better, more, get back on it. Hopefully, skate more and stuff like that. But yo, let's talk about this fucking fat spectrum. Let's see these categories, 'cause I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
What we got? We got fat. So we got small fat. So
that's 1X.
So 1X. So 1X to 2X, right?
18 and lower.
18 and lower.
Torrid size 0 to 1. So that's my category.
So you're a small fat.
I'm small fat.
Or mid size, right? That's what they call you?
Mid size or small fat, yeah.
And then you have mid fat, which is 2X to 3X.
20 to 24. And torrid size 2 to 3. Then we have super fat, which is 4X to 5X. 26 to 32, torrid size 4 to 6. Infinifat is 6X and higher, 34 and higher, and some torrid size 6.
And then you also have death fat, super fat, or whatever. They're like death fat. Oh, they also have large fats. So large fat. So that's the different spectrums. So even though we feel like we some big motherfuckers, we are only small fat on the spectrum.
That says a lot about the spectrum of the fat positivity movement.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot. Because, like, yo, we was talking about it when we had first found out about the spectrum, and we was looking at that same one we just spoke about, and I was like, yo, if you have problems trying to find clothes in like places like Torrid and Ashley Stewart and stuff like that, you need to lose weight, because Ashley Stewart carries to, I believe, like a size 30 or 36 or something like that online.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. That's like insanely huge. It's big. Like, that's ridiculous. And then, as you saw on this fucking thing, it said Torrid only goes up to a size 6, which is the 6X whatever, and more. And it was like some Torrid size 6s will fit fucking, you know.
Is that how you get so big that like clothes don't fit you?
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of these people who are like 600 pounds. They can't even put on shoes.
Yeah, they can't bend over because it's like their stomach is in the way. It's like they're fucking pregnant, fucking puffing and puffing and shit, trying to.
And their feet are too like large to fit in shoes.
Yeah.
And I like that's just crazy. Like imagine you live somewhere where it's cold. Yeah. You're gonna fucking just walk around barefoot in sandals or Crocs because you can't put nothing. That's crazy. And then a lot of these people, they have to deal with that lymphedema, where they're like their body just like holds like the way the fat deposits in their body is just like it's just crazy. And there was like our boy was here the other day, and he saw like somebody with lymphedema. And he was
it was Johnny.
Yeah, he got freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, we was watching my 600-pound life clips, right? And there was like somebody had lymphedema, but the skin was like discolored and like very like elephant like
irritated. Yeah,
it was very nasty looking. So he's never seen that before. So he said, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I was like, "That's the sound of somebody who's just been scarred." That shit had me and Zales dying. That shit was bad funny. He's just like, "Oh my god!" And Johnny's not a small guy neither. Like he's not a small guy neither. Like
no, he's not. So it's crazy. Like we could be nearly 300 pounds, and we're just like, "What the fuck?" Like we're not small. So imagine how like thin people must feel, you know.
He dead ass said it took him hours to go and actually eat something after he left from here.
You know, and you know what's crazy too, like it's just insecurity and projection. How these people would be like, oh, the fact that you can go shop at these regular stores, you know, you're not really fat, and it's just like, but my doctor tells me to like lose weight. And then they try to fucking fight science and doctors to be like, oh, you can be healthy at any size. You can be healthy and be big, but ain't no way you're going to be healthy at 400, 500 pounds. Like, healthy. What? And I think this is the reason why we started our Mighty Healthy channel in the Discord, where we discuss workouts and healthy food and stuff like that. Just because, like, you know, you gotta be in a community. You gotta be in a community of like-minded people, you know, and support each other and motivate each other. And everybody in our community, like, a lot of us deal with weight issues. And I was like, you know what, this would be good to motivate people. Like, I'm always like doing something, always moving around. That gets Crystal wanting to move around. That teaches our kids to move around.
Even though they be moving around too goddamn much sometimes. Be like, all right, you gotta relax. Jump around too much.
Us putting up our exercise like plan or regimen or our meals has caused people in our community to, you know, start taking their health a little bit more seriously and motivated them to start making some changes. And I think it's great, you know. Like, we're all getting healthy as a community. I get why the fat positivity movement is growing, because obesity is a growing thing, and those people want to feel like they're part of something. And so, you know, they're not gonna do the hard work to get the body that they want.
They're gonna die on that hill.
They are the hill.
Oh my god.
But it's hard to get motivated or whatever, or do the hard work. So you're just gonna find an echo chamber. That's literally what the fat positivity movement is, just an echo chamber.
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of cognitive bias. Oh, I'm right because this and that. I feel whatever's right. I just feel like all this shit is just all these groups. A lot of these groups are just people just lacking accountability. Like, I'm big. I'm big because I eat shitty food and I don't move around as much as I should. I do a lot, and so I got I'm gonna give myself credit, but I could do more. You know, and it has to do with a lot of circumstances. You know what I'm saying? But I would never. I don't want to be immobile. I don't want to be. I don't want to die at 50. Like my pops did. He died at 54, and he wasn't even a big dude. He was just he carried a lot of visceral fat around his waist. He had a gut, and eventually that's what killed him, because the diabetes and all that all came from his diet and his lifestyle. And
my mom was recently diagnosed with it too, about like 2 years ago. Diabetes. So my mom is also going through that.
But she not in remission?
No, I don't think so. She's still taking her meds and all that. It's not. She don't have to take insulin and that. Have to.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, and we talking about fat positive. I'm kind of hungry again. but I made sure that whatever we ate, I didn't eat all that food. And I was like, if I get hungry again, I have my my other half of my dinner.
Yeah. I'm not hungry. I basically ate my whole shit.
Well, I think we kind of pretty much said everything we needed to say about the fat positivity movement. People are insecure, so they're gonna want to, get down with a movement that makes them feel good, and that's cool. That's alright. But I just think people are also being blind to the fact that, being extremely overweight is a detriment. The COVID, this virus affects, obese people a lot harder than it does people who are in shape. Even though you can still get it and die if you're in shape, but you will have a greater chance of dying if you're obese. And then the shit too, the celebrities that are in this shit too. Like Tess Holiday, there's bro, she's not a fucking model. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If she's a model, then I can get in a motherfucking bikini and look better. And that's ridiculous. That's disgusting. She's like, what, 400 fuck?
Yeah, she's probably like 450 or some shit like that.
Yeah, Nick Avocado getting mad fucking big. Lizzo.
Yeah.
Yo.
She said her eyes are like dumbbells. We were about to get off anyway. We basically covered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't follow these celebrities. Lizzo is not happy.
Yeah, she's not.
She is not happy.
She over here sucking on some nasty fucking fingers from some guy, fucking disgusting ass.
She didn't tell. What's this chick? Trisha Paytas.
Oh yeah.
How she be coming on here with the fucking these stupid ass cleanses. I'm gonna drink nothing but water.
Yeah.
For a fucking month, and then the next month she's eating fucking 20 pounds of chicken nuggets and shit on her fucking. And it's just it's crazy how these people are influencers, because people see them and their fucking
hey, Natalie.
Erratic ass eating habits, and then they follow this shit. Hey Nat, how you doing?
Wait, you say wait, what? Who? What? You took Ooh.
Well, I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, we're basically done here.
Yeah, she is not happy.
She's not. She felt. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, what was that?
I have no idea what the fuck that was. Wait, it's like it reset our live. Look, it says 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds.
What the hell just happened?
I have no idea.
Well, folks, This thing just acted weird. You guys have a good night.
Natalie, I hit you back in the Discord.
It's all right. You can always replay game.
Replay game.
Thank you guys for being in the Discord earlier.
Word.
Like I said, if you guys listen to this podcast later and you see this on Twitter, hit me with a DM. If I know who you are and I trust you, you'll easily get into the Discord. We're just trying to expand that, but we just got to be careful with who we let in because there's some crazy motherfuckers that do some really wild shit. Like today we only got one bot. That was good. But usually we get like
10 bots in a fucking live. It's like,
But I hope everybody has a good night.
Yeah.
Remember, stay healthy, drink lots of water, eat more greens, and exercise, man. Exercise is good. Even a little bit of exercise a day. Even if you go for a walk every day. Watch. Yeah. You go for a walk every day, you do that every day. In a year, you're going to be feeling a lot better. But don't let these fat positivity motherfuckers bully you into thinking that you're fat phobic because you don't believe what they believe in. You can want to lose weight. It's okay to not like the way your body looks and make changes. You can make your body more aesthetic if you want to be more attractive. If you want to feel better about yourself and be healthy, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying that fat people don't deserve love or they're not good people, but I think the idea of being like, oh, you don't accept fatness or whatever, this makes you sexist and racist and this because shut up. Like, women are not inherently, women do carry more fat on their bodies than men, but that doesn't mean they have to be 300 pounds.
Yeah, women only carry more fat because of childbearing.
Yes,
that's literally the only reason.
Black women, yes, they're known to have curvier bodies. You know what I'm saying? Have bigger butts, have bigger thighs and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that every black girl out there is 300 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to be slim, thick. Don't let these fucking blue-haired, fucking 400-pound women tell you, oh, you got a curvy body, you could buy, you know, oh, you're not really fat, you know, you're fat phobic. Shut up. Tell them people to shut up. Shut up. Tell them that they're, you know what? If they say all that shit, tell them that they're fit phobic.
Right. We're going to start a fit phobic movement.
Yep. Anybody who says that they're fit phobic. But thank you guys for being here. My name is ZALES.
And I am Diamond.
And we are out. The most denounced.
Peace.
Peace.